Ooh. Yo, I got another download. I ain't even go eat yet. Over here trying to look for some motherfucking tobacco. Yo, low key wish that I never started smoking tobacco, but at the same time, it's helped me ground so much in so many situations that it's a double edged sword. Ooh, I found a piece of weed. What? This little ass piece. This is weed. What is a crumb of coochie? A crumb of coochie. Jay Versace. You gotta check out that video by Jay Versace, Crumb of Coochie. That shit is fucking hilarious. Excuse me, mama. Please, can I have a crumb, crumb of coochie, coochie? Bro, go watch it. That shit. This shit's hilarious. But anyway, mm, back from the crumb of coochie. I got another download, and this one is about the kids. The kids, the kids, the kids. The fucking kids. I'm trying to put my phone up on something so it don't put on my crib. The kids. The kids. Oh, this ain't no weed. I'm really. This ain't no damn weed. First of all, the kids. People want to pretend, or we just we're ignorant, and we're under illusion. But y'all see these kids. These kids is these kids are born crazy, and nobody everybody act like they don't see the similarities between kids and crazy people. Kids are literally born in the crazy realm. And then we want to look at the older people that's doing the same shit that the kids is doing and call them, insane and shit and all that. No, they're back in the kingdom of heaven, is where they are back. Kids are literally crazy. Look at the kids. Look at the kids. And then look at the crazy people. The crazy people. I was just thinking about how the innocence we have when we look at kids when they do stuff. There's an innocence that goes over our eyes where we're looking at them, but we're not judging them. Notice that when you look at adults and they watch their kids and they're just doing la 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 la, oh, touch this, all the you know what I'm talking about. The kid shit, just random ass shit, that crazy, crazy people. You see crazy people doing too. Look at the parents' eyes. There's a veil of innocence that goes over their eyes when they look at their children. They don't see them as insane. They don't see them as crazy. They don't see them how they would look at a grown ass person on the street doing the same thing. There's a veil of innocence because in their mind is a child. Oh, they always do, crazy. It's normal for a child to be in that room. It's not normal though in our society for adult to be in that room because by now we've been programmed that every adult should be indoctrinated into the hellish realm that's been created where we should have a rational mind and act according to society or walk straight and don't do anything weird and out of the norm and be like everybody else, a walking sheep, a walking clone that's been fucking programmed to think a certain way, to talk a certain way, and to just stay in the filter of a box that's been created, that's been shaped and molded for us. of what's normal, of what's acceptable, of what you can be, who you can be, or how you can act when it's not the truth. You see, kids are free. They're free. They don't have that yet. They haven't gathered that yet. And so that's why they can act any type of way or do any type of thing outside and not, they don't have a separate identity of themselves yet. And they don't see themselves as all, depending on the age too, as all the way separate from consciousness yet, as all the way separate from the world yet. So when they do stuff, they're not thinking about how other people see them. They have no concept of that yet. So when you see the crazy people doing them, those are the ones that have shed their identities, the identities that kept them imprisoned to what the external realm, what the outside world thinks of them. They have shed that, and that's why you can see them out there doing what they doing, and maybe they licking the wall or some shit. I don't know, but they have shed that, whether it was intentionally or unintentionally by drugs. I truly feel. Now, don't quote me on this saying I said this was true. Just that this is how I feel. If you resonate, then you resonate. If you don't, throw it away. Um, well, shit. What the fuck was I saying? Shit, I lost it. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second to pick it back up. 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 Oh yeah, the drugs. The drugs. I truly feel, and it's not telling me telling you to go do drugs and shit too. Let's just be clear about that. Cause I don't, I don't mess with them either. I smoke my, ganja and tobacco, and sometimes, psychedelics, from the earth. Boom, 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 get them downloads quicker than I would usually get them. But I mean, like the drugs, like, and honestly, side note, I'm learning that tobacco is, they say, is the hardest drug to quit, and it really is. Even the heroin addicts and stuff that I talk to say tobacco was harder for them than heroin. And I'm like, so they tricked us. This is a whole sidebar. They tricked us into thinking that the cigarette was the least effective drug. That's the illusion of it, but it's actually the worst. But it's looking like, it looks like it would be the most innocent one to take. That's what I was thinking of last night. I was like, they got my ass. God damn. But anyway, sidebar. Now about the meth and stuff. You know how you see the people that do the meth or the fentanyl and stuff. They always doing crazy out of pocket ass shit. But give credit where it's due, because consciousness, God's source creator, don't waste not a drop. Everybody serves its purpose, including all of them. And those are some of the greatest wayshowers for helping to liberate consciousness. And even though they ain't, sign up doing the drugs thing, that's what they was. That's what they are. I truly believe it. I hope y'all can hear some shit going on in the background. But let me keep talking. That's what they are. Matter of fact, let me pause until this bald headed ass truck go by. It should really be getting on my nerves. Because I know it'd be done on purpose. I try not to let it irritate me and stuff, but it's still, I just be like, shit, damn. head be like, that man outside here doing like, I motherfucking whole Philly person that coming online. Like, y'all don't take it on easy. I'd be so triggered. In my mind, I be fighting their asses. I do. I do. I'm sorry. I do. I'm still human at the end of the day. And I get irked fast. I'm a Scorpio. I do. I do. I do. Anyway, those are some of the most powerful ways to lives. Because even though the drug is the culprit for the loss of the loss of a sense the loss of a sense of identity that's built on the constructs of the oppressive reality. Even though the drugs is the culprit for helping them shed that, it doesn't negate, where they are in consciousness and they're liberated. So I just want to thank the way showers, who, have learned to see themselves. Those who've learned to see themselves through the eyes of the world, you are still beautiful. You are powerful, and I thank you because without you, I wouldn't have had the courage to step into who I am. It's because of you guys that you guys showed the way and you opened up so many portals and so many ways of liberation for consciousness and for us to be our true selves, and act and be however which way we feel called to be. Is because of you guys that we are who we are today, that I am who I am today. It's because of you guys. So thank you for opening those channels and for taking on the perceptions of the world, deciding to take on the perceptions of the world, knowing, what that would be when you do stuff like that. People have a way of demonizing or looking at you in a way that where they don't accept you. And just because they don't see who you really are, it's still conscious is looking at you um, from a form of identity. And so that's why they judge. But if they knew who you were, they'd be thanking you, kissing your feet, and acknowledging and saying when they see you for all that you take on, thank you. All that you guys take on in the world to help blaze a path and open up so many doors for us that are here to guide and teach in a very physical way. You guys paved the way, and I acknowledge and I thank you, and I see you. Anyway, back to the kids. What the hell was I getting on about the kids? Yeah, the kids are crazy, and yeah, the veil of innocence that comes over the adults' eyes because they don't see them through unless they really messed up. I don't know any. I never seen any adults look at a kid like they was crazy. I see the veil of innocence immediately goes over their eyes. It's like just watch, just look, pay attention. It goes over their eyes, and that's how we should be looking at each other. Is where I'm gonna get at. That veil of innocence should always be over our eyes, not just when we look at children, when we look at each other, when we look at everything. Because that veil that goes over, that's the veil of oneness. That's the veil that dissolves the illusion of separation. That's what that veil is. And it's sad that we only know how to use it. It only comes online when we're looking at children and not when we're looking at each other because we're all children of God. Animals, the plants, the adults, the homeless, the crackheads, the baby mamas, drug addicts, whatever. All of us. And there needs to be a veil of innocence that comes back over our eyes. Because that veil of innocence is what takes us back into the Garden of Eden when we don't know anymore. Adam and Eve, this is them. And they're just being. You see it in the animals when you look at the dogs. That's why people, Eric Tohart said it, why we love dogs so much. They have that veil of innocence, the majority of them. Now, there's some of them, they starting to take on a type of the consciousness that we've taken on. And you can notice them. They're very aware, a little too aware of things. And you can tell, you see it in their eyes, those dogs. But the ones who still maintain their innocence completely, you see them, they don't have it just, especially like the cats and stuff, you'll see them, they're looking at energy, they're looking at oneness, they're looking at divinity, because they don't see, they see you like, but they don't. I don't know how to explain it. When you see through the we start to see through the veil of innocence, like you'll see people, but you'll see things, but you won't see them at the same time. You're seeing the oneness, the energy. That's what you're looking at. So a lot of times people might think, you're staring off into the thin air, or you're looking crazy at some random stuff. People think that about me a lot. So I'm looking from a different place now. I'm looking through the veil. Is what I'm looking at. And it reminds me of the cats. And it made me realize what those cats were seeing and what they were how they see things. It's, they see you, but at the same time they're not they're not in they're not I don't know how to put that. They see you though, but they're not in that realm. I still see everything, even though I may look like I'm looking at shit that's not there. No, I'm looking at shit that's invisible to the physical eye. That's what I'm looking at. Cause we all, I ain't gonna say should, but those of us on this journey, we want to see through the veil of oneness again, not separation, where we're self-tormenting or living in a hell of our own creation, and we have to wake up and realize that it's of our own creation, and it's for the purpose of helping us reawaken, not for the purpose of torturing and um, making us suffer. Now you can believe that into existence, but that's also, I feel, is a choice. And if you don't feel like you have the strength, Call on God. Call on God. The strength to pull yourself out of anything that's, mentally bothering you and make you feel like you're in a place of torment. You call on God because He forgives everybody. He loves everybody unconditionally. You call on Him. This video 20 minutes long. I'm finna end this one. I didn't think it'd be that long. But yeah, is that all I wanted to say about the kids? Yeah, pretty much. Kids are little crazy people. Wish you guys health, peace of mind, wholeness, effortless authenticity, and the courage and the power to step into your truth because it's beautiful. It's liberating. And it's everything you always wanted but didn't know. Didn't know consciously that that's what you wanted. Because we've been made to believe that we wanted these worldly things. But no, what we really want is in the kingdom. The kingdom isn't here. May you all know the peace and love and the undying mercy of God. Godspeed.